Folks, welcome aboard the channel. I'm Don. We're having fun. We're in our 6th year of this channel, and it's been a hell of a journey. I've learned a lot. Some of you guys have learned a lot, but I'm doing Charley Pride's In the Middle of Nowhere. I don't think I know the song. I, of course, know Charley. I've reacted to a lot of Charley Pride's music, and this is requested by Steve Aker. So, Steve, shout out to you. Thank you for this request. Here we go. Start out with bass and steel.
Fate had meant for me one last time to see my hometown again. Once again go there, see the places where as a child I'd been. As I journeyed now, it was so far out, it was almost in the middle of nowhere.
All right.
Sadness talked with me as I walked the streets of my memory.
Aww.
Streets that seem somehow so much smaller now than they used to be.
The detail.
Talked of other days when this tiny place had been home to me. In the middle of nowhere.
I don't know who wrote this, but I get the sense that this is autobiographical, that this is Charley's life. It's certainly believable.
People stared at me in silence as I walked around. Time had passed till I was just a stranger there. Folks had changed so much that no one even knew me now. In the middle of nowhere.
Man, that's horrible.
I went once again to the schoolyard where I used to play, past the church of Mom and Daddy where they used to pray, down the dusty road to the churchyard where they both now lay. In the middle of nowhere. As I place my blue forget-me-not there on the ground, one last time I kneel by Mom and Dad in prayer. Then I said goodbye forever to that little town. In the middle of nowhere.
You know, for all the advantages of the human brain, bigger, we have people dedicated to studying memory, how it works, how we lose it, the connections, the dendrites, cell degeneration, and all this. But there are disadvantages because nostalgia is the product of memory. And sometimes I think, wow, animals don't have to deal with this, I don't think. Not to the extent that we do. Like we go to school and, I mean, I'll drive by, we all do this at some point, almost all, drive by at some point. If you're living somewhere within the proximity of a school or a town or the house you grew up in, you'll drive by it once in a while. And it conjures up these memories of this friend you used to hang out with, or that teacher you used to have in that school, and it could conjure up smiles. Or if you should visit the school at some point, you do realize, like Charley said in here, when he went back, the streets were a lot smaller, the house was smaller. When you go back and visit that middle school or grammar school, you remember the hallways being big and long, and then you get there and they're like tiny and short, like, because you're grown and things are smaller to a grown man or woman than a child. But the nostalgia, those feelings, they could conjure up feelings of warmth, but they can also conjure up feelings of loss and change. Like he said in the song, he went back there and the people had changed so much. And I think what he meant by that was there are different people living there, so that he didn't recognize them, they didn't recognize him. It wasn't like older neighbors who had changed and just gotten older, because you'd still remember the kid, even though Charley would be a grown man, you'd recognize somebody coming back to the old neighborhood. But the people were different people than what he'd grown up with. And that's one of those feelings like, I don't know, is that just life is moving on? Is that you're getting closer to dying yourself? Is that kind of what that is? I don't know. Like, what is it about nostalgia that has this beautiful feel to it, but this melancholy feel to it as well? I guess it depends on what you focus on. If you had a classmate that passed away at some point, that makes you sad, but there's happy memories of stuff you used to do. And my buddies and I used to be mischievous, as most properly raised young boys should be, doing some stuff. But man, all right, I'm gonna rate that, Steve. Yeah, that got me, and that bass line was so appropriate. It was so well done in this. It just, and Charley followed the cadence of it along. It was just well produced in that regard. The number that popped into my mind was an 8.9, almost a 9. But that's just a beautiful song of reflection and a snippet of life that he covered so beautifully. Of just life moves on. So there you go. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.